when you have a buyer and maybe they're new to this process and maybe they're listening on the...
I don't work with new buyers.
Yeah. But if it's a hot property, how do you go through and explain to them that based on this asking price, you have to come in at full asking price? A lot of times they watch TV and they say, it's listed for $700, so we're going to go and offer $650 and play this game.
Right.
But if it truly is worth $700, how can you build that trust and take the emotion out, as you say? Because if they want $700, we're not paying it.
Right. A lot of it, part of that has to do with the process and how many properties a person may have seen already.
Okay.
So if I've educated them well and we've seen a number of properties, we should both walk into a property, and if it's priced at $700,000 and we've been looking at a bunch of things, we're probably going to walk out and go, you know what, that place is actually that place is actually priced accurately. And a lot of time I'll also spend time with the buyer or a seller going over the data and saying, look, these types of properties have all sold for this dollar value. The listing agent actually did a good job pricing this.
That's a great question, Joel, because I feel like that is one of the hardships that we're seeing in today's market, right? Is the elevated pricing and people just not understanding how negotiations start, especially if a price is as high as that and then they want to come in at like 50% or even 10%. How do you explain to them? I love the fact that you're showing data so you can win their trust and show them it's not my opinion. It's not what I think you should offer. It's statistical data of what has sold.
And you've probably experienced this yourself. It's when you don't always know if a listing agent has done a good job, an accurate job pricing it. So a lot of people get hung up on something and they'll say, well, on average, things have been selling for 96% of list price. So I'm not going to pay more than 96% of list price because that's the average. But there are some of those in that average pool that sold for list price.
Right.
And there are some that may have sold for 90% of asking.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the property. And my expertise is what I bring to bear.